Hi there. My name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the dollar store, the junk drawer, the kids' room, or the garage. That's how we've been doing it. And thank you so much for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way. Thank you for the partnership in this ministry, and thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your families. You are rocking it. All right, this is for the narrative lectionary, and we're finishing up the series on Jeremiah. And this is God is doing a new thing, writing a new covenant upon our hearts, and there's this new thing that God is doing, and it's hopeful. And boy, I tell you, I need hope. That's the thing I'm leaning into right now, is that trusting that God is active, that God is doing something, and God is calling us to respond and to do something. So the question, maybe the springboard on this, is I'm looking at, what does new look like? When we say God is creating a new thing, God is writing a new covenant, God is doing a new thing, what does new look like? And so the springboard could be, you want a throwback, you could talk about New Coke. No, anyway, that was a new thing, and sometimes maybe that's the reference that not all new things are better. So the question is, what does new look like? You can have a package of something and the label that says now 25% more. Is that new? Maybe if we're looking at, I went from one place to go, oh, this feels like scarcity, and then the next package, oh, there's an abundance. So much to look at. That could be new, newer, more. There's a new improved recipe where you've got, I don't know, like, we have Diet Coke and Coke Zero. And they're both 0 calories. One is newer than the other, and looking at something new. Because when we think of new, we think of better, a refreshed. Oh, I got a new haircut, or whatever. But looking at what new means. And that and God is creating a new thing. And maybe the springboard on this is that who is doing the new thing? Who is in charge of doing the new thing? And I love that, because ultimately it's God that is making a new covenant. God who is making this new relationship. God who is approaching us, and it's God that is doing it. We can move into this fear because, according to the text, we're the ones that broke the covenant. We're the ones, humans broke this promise that God made with us, and then we made with God, but that covenant, and we broke it. And it would seem like in all of that, when I think about fairness and all of this, now a lot of this is not children's sermon stuff, and I've got so much stuff going on in my brain. My heart is heavy from this week, so I'm leaning into the new and the hope that God is active. I believe that, and I'm hoping both and. And as I look at all of the things that, the good news, the grace for me in all of this is that it is God's promise that God is doing this. God doesn't come to us and say, well, you better do something new, because without you doing something new, you are in trouble. No, God could do that, but God doesn't do that. God says, I am creating a new thing. I am creating a new covenant. I am writing it on their hearts. And that is God doing it. And it's beautiful, and it's grace-filled, and it's hope-filled. So now a lot of this, maybe you could use some of this for your larger sermon, but ultimately in this, looking at the question, what does new look like? Maybe I got a new prescription. I got a new pair of glasses, and I put that on. Oh, and in the end, it's not me who got. I bought them, but it was my eye doctor that helped me figure out what my prescription needed to be and how I could see better with this new thing. and that God works in our hearts, and God restores our hearts and gives us this new covenant, this new commandment. We could draw into Christ, that we love one another and love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But all of that new. I hadn't even thought about that, tying it into Christ's new commandment and how that could change the direction. Not change the direction, expand the direction. Okay, there we go. Tie it into the new commandment, because both and it's, again, it's God doing the new. And then we, as people of God, get to respond to that. But it's God doing new things first. All right. I'm hoping that can be a springboard for you. I kind of want to say I apologize, but I don't really. I mean, I was going to say I apologize for being all over the place. You've been with me long enough that you know that that's some days are more squirrely than others. But God is doing a new thing that is hope-filled, and I am thankful. Just as I'm thankful for you for being here, and thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your family. You are rocking it. Peace. We'll see you next week.